Hello everyone and welcome to our game of World of Warships. Today's replay is from Lert. Now you might know Lert from the North American forums. He is a super tester and contributor. And today he is in the Okhotnik. Okhotnik is a premium tier 5 Russian destroyer. He is on the map Archipelago in a standard battle. And it's a tier 5 battle, which is pretty nice. But there are two carriers, and carriers can always be a bit problematic if you are in a destroyer. Now, as you can see here, the Okhotnik is a pretty funny looking little boat. And it's kind of a party boat. It's just a lot of fun to play, especially if you're top tier. Now, here in the beginning, Lert is making his way towards the right flank. And we can already see the first enemies spotted here. Now the Okhotnik doesn't really have a lot of range. It has great concealment though. And since it's a pretty big boat, you don't really want to sit that much in the open and fire your shells, but of course you can sit in smoke. You also don't have a lot of DPM, but you do have a lot of alpha damage because you have a pretty big salvo. Here he's opening up against the enemy Kaiser, and yeah, well, our shells aren't doing that much against a battleship at 10 kilometers. But started the fire, it's nice. And there is a much more juicy target incoming, a British cruiser. Now British cruisers are known for their paper armor, and the low tier British cruisers are also known for being pretty bad ships. And you can citadel a British cruiser even with high explosive. So, honestly I think shooting the Mutsuki would have been a better choice here, but he is going for the British cruiser and the juicy citadels. And now he is switching to armor piercing for more juicy citadels. And yep. That's more like it. Now the poor British cruiser is trying to angle, he's trying to turn away, but there is an island. Well, it appears we have lost vision. So Lord's going to shoot the Kaiser and said, no, they don't is spotted again. And Lord is back to high explosive. Because that cruiser is at least somewhat angled. And there is a nice fire. Now that poor British cruiser was doomed the moment he ran his ship into ground. And more juicy citadels. Let's see if he can finish him off. And yes, he can. So, next up, there is a Tenryu, also showing broadside, which is convenient, but the Tenryu has run into ground, and that saved him from a very painful salvo there. On the bad side, the Tenryu is now a sitting duck, and will very soon get obliterated as well, most likely. Lert also just took out a torpedo launcher, which could be nice. It's possible that the Tenryu is launching torpedoes here in this smoke, it's something to be aware of. And Lord's smoke has run out anyway, so he is going for a speed boost instead and starts to get his ship moving again. And now, that was a nice hit for citadels. The battleship is going down pretty soon as well. Lert is back to explosive, but I don't think he can get his shots off before this Kaiser will sink. No, actually the Kaiser's repairing. And Lert has a fire going. So yeah, this Kaiser is out of damage control. He is probably just delaying the inevitable here. Well, let's hope the fire does its job, and Lert is moving further south. Now meanwhile on the map we can see the friendly team is moving in on the enemies all over the map. The enemy team has already lost quite a few ships. Now of course, I mean this game could still turn around, but right now it's looking like friendly team is pretty much steamrolling the enemy, and down goes the enemy battleship. Now there is also a juicy carrier here. And I guess Lert could take shots at the carrier right now, but you know, he could also just try to stay in concealment, go around this island and hopefully catch the Wyoming off guard. This ship has 4 torpedo launchers with 3 torpedoes each. They only have 4.5 kilometers range, but you know, Wyoming is 3.5 kilometers away. So there comes a wall of torpedoes, although I think the Wyoming is probably turning away, so those torpedoes will likely just run out. Now Lert is focusing the carrier here. It's the Wyoming is the bigger threat, but it's not like you can sink a Wyoming in a reasonable time with destroyer guns. He needs torpedoes to take out the Wyoming. Personally, I think I would just charge in there like a maniac, because it's Okhotnik, it's a party boat. Lert decided to stay at range. A nice torpedo dodge here, although it wasn't good. Yeah, also he is currently kind of broadside towards the Wyoming. Now the accuracy of low-tier battleships is horrible. And you can't get Citadel in Destroyer, but still, the Okhotnik is a rather large boat. And at this range, if Wyoming gets a good salvo into Lert would sink right here. So I think I'd have just tried to face the Wyoming, get in close and unleash all torpedoes, but you know. Lert also has his smoke ready, so he'll probably just sit in smoke here. He has a huge salvo against the Wyoming on the way, and the torpedo reload is rather quick. So if those salvo would miss, he could still reload in time and get another salvo off before the Wyoming gets those. But looks like it won't be necessary. The Wyoming seems to be flooding and I think burning as well, and down he goes. Only 2 enemies remaining, and yeah, the enemy team really got obliterated in this one. And looks like there is still a torpedo bomber strike incoming. Okay. So this might be awkward. Nope. Nice dodge. Yeah, no, don't turn. Nicely done. Now he is almost the same speed as those torpedoes. Makes this into a pretty awkward situation, but yeah. It's not like he has to maneuver right now. So there is a carrier and a destroyer left. And they should spot the carrier pretty soon, I assume. Also there is a friendly planes are incoming. They found the enemy destroyer and the destroyer is smoking. Probably a decent choice with planes over his head. Now Lert is detected. The enemy carrier does have planes here to spot. And well, there is really nothing else to do but charge this smoke screen, and I think those torpedoes here are a bit too optimistic. They only have 4.5 kilometers range. They will probably run out before they enter the smoke screen. But as I said, the torpedo reload is rather quick, so Lert should have his torpedoes ready again once he meets the destroyers, and now with speed boost he is just going to charge right into this smoke and, well, end this game in a duel with the enemy. Yeah, looks like they pretty much stop at the start of the smoke screen. But pretty soon his ship proximity detect this destroyer, and then we shall see who will win this fight. And by fight I obviously mean this duel, right? I mean the battle is already lost for the enemy pretty much. Now, nice opening salvo, and now he goes to torpedoes like true men. They are deciding it with their torpedo salvo and fishes in the water, and nicely done. Now here we are with the results. Lert managed to get himself 1642 base experience. Nicely played. And yeah, it was a short match, it was a fun match. It wasn't a close one, but it was just an Okhotnik party boat having a party. Lert earned himself Confederate Kraken Devastating Strike and High Caliber, and he scored about 100,000 points of damage in a tier 5 battle. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed a bit of a quick fun action, and I'll see you guys next time.